Morbius. Dr. Michael Morbius, aka oh my god. This movie, I will say, it's not as bad as it looks. I mean, many people have said it. You watch it, you think it's going to be worse, but at the same time, maybe if you temper your expectations to the lowest, you actually enjoy this movie. Don't go in thinking, oh, this is maybe Sony Marvel who made Spider-Man 2, Spider-Man 1, and even made the Tom Holland Spider-Man movies with the very much help of Marvel Studios. Nope. Let's go in thinking that this is Sony making another movie, a B tier movie. That's what I'll give it. I did like the action scenes. I must give it that. I don't know why. I just liked it. And I think my favorite scene might be this scene. Just Matt Smith alone dancing just made my day. I just love him, like him as an actor. Of course, I watched him on Doctor Who and I fell in love with him. I think he was in Terminator Genesis and I also liked him in there. But now let's talk about the post-credit scenes. This post-credit scene and end-credit scene is just a desperate attempt from Sony cashing on the buzz that Spider-Man No Way Home had. Like the love that Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire garnered from fans. They wanted to exploit that. That's why they had that mural or whatever of Spider-Man in their trailer, and it ended up not even being in the movie. That was just false advertisement. I just want to know who the writer for this movie is. Let's just take into account what happened in Spider-Man Far From Home. Peter Parker screwed up Doctor Strange's spell by saying this.
Basically, everyone that knew that I was Spider-Man before should still know!
Okay, fine, we understand. So the premise is, those who know his identity will come from other worlds, not people who are already in our universe will go into other people's universe. That's the first mistake. Now let's move on to the second one. So with this stupid, lazy writing, Adrian Toomes arrives in the Morbius universe in a cell, and this is what he does.
Hope the food's better in this joint.
So this guy arrives in a cell. How does he even know that he's even in another universe? That's what I'm just thinking about. Like, you just arrived, teleported into this place. What if you were just teleported into another state, another country? But nope, this guy checks himself, looks inside the mirror, checks whether he's all right, whether he's missing any body parts, and then proceeds to turn around and say this.
Hope the food's better in this joint.
Oh my freaking god. So this guy who in Spider-Man No Way Home, we know from his character that he's someone who values his family, his daughter, his wife, and that he will do anything to secure their well-being and their welfare. But then he arrives in this cell and the first thing he says is he hopes the food is good in this joint. Like, what the heck? Like, if he had turned around and maybe he was just freaking out or just stood there, bizarre, surprised, shaking, shocked, it would have made sense. Or maybe he started screaming, calling for guards. That would have been the logical and most realistic reaction. Even idea that he was even able to move from that universe to a different universe just confirms what Deadpool said.
Oh, that's just lazy writing.
Now let's move on to the second post-credit scene. End credit scene, whatever. So Morbius is driving. Don't know why he isn't flying with your newfound powers. But he's driving, he goes in the middle of nowhere, and then Vulture fly scene lands and says this.
Thanks for meeting me, Doc. I've been reading about you.
I'm listening.
I'm not sure how I got here. Has to do with Spider-Man, I think. I'm still figuring this place out, but I think a bunch of guys like us should team up. Could do some good.
Intriguing.
Now, this is the question I'm now asking. One, how the hell does he know that Spider-Man is the reason why he's in this universe? He's been in prison. He doesn't know whether Spider-Man met Doctor Strange or not, whether they did a spell to cause all this. But what comes to mind is it is Spider-Man who did this. Another stupid writing. And then he tells him, Morbius, that they should team up and do some good. I don't know how stupid the person who was writing is. I bet the person was high as fuck. Like, that person was tripping. The person must have combined alcohol with meth, because I don't think a sane person will actually write this scene. Morbius throughout the movie has been trying to be a good person, even to go as far as try to kill himself at the end, create 2 separate antidotes.
Who's the second one for?
My window's closing, we both know that. Tomorrow I'll be forced to consume human blood, and I can't do that. I won't do that.
And here he is with this scary looking guy who tells him they should team up and do some good. I don't know whether the good is they're actually going to do some good, or they're actually going to do some good, like actually terrorize and fuck shit up. And I know it's the latter because Vulture is not a good guy. And the only thing good about this scene is his upgraded suit. I liked it. It seemed more vulture. I don't know whether it's even a word. But when you have a director who comes out to grant an interview and spoil the movie on Twitter, it is then that you know that this movie is just so bad that they just need any kind of publicity. I'm just praying for Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield, like, please, Lord, don't let them come back into this Sonyverse. Like, let their universe be a separate thing. If Sam Raimi is going to make Spider-Man 4, let him make his Spider-Man 4. If another director wants to make Amazing Spider-Man 3, please let them make it in a separate universe unrelated to Morbius. Let me just say this movie, I enjoyed it for only 2 or let's just say 3 reasons. 1, because of Matt Smith, and I think he was just wasted. I just wish that he would have been in the MCU. 2, because of the fight scenes. Yep, I know I'm just a sucker for that kind of stuff. And 3, because I tempered my expectations so low. That's why I even enjoyed the movie. I can't say this, it's definitely not as bad as I thought it would be. I know many people have already said that. But anyway, I just hope that Matt Smith is cast in an MCU role down in the future, because I'm just so angry and sad that his talent is just wasted in this movie. But anyway, let me know in the comments below what you think of this movie. Do you think they will ever make a sequel? And if they did, will you be excited for it? If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like. It helps the channel out, and subscribe and turn on that post notification bell not to miss any other video. As always, Neddy Sage here. See you guys in the next one.